Hello everyone, my name is Evergreen, and welcome to a new game and new series.
Tome of Fates. It reveals the secrets of the past, the present, and what may come to be. Most would think me fortunate to own such a book, but I can only use it in service to others. That is my curse. It wakes, tormenting me once more. Feeding on the mysteries of this world, unraveling them into opportunity. But opportunity for whom?
Well, that was a legendary cutscene. Welcome to Total War Warhammer 3. This is in obviously the Total War games, where basically you command an army. Normally without mods, you'll have 20 regiments. And in those regiments, you can have massive battles between other armies of different factions. We'll show you what that means in a minute. But there was a recent update called the Immortal Empires update of sorts, DLC. Not really DLC, but just basically a patch came to the game that basically allowed Total War Warhammer 3. You could have access to the first, second, and obviously since this is the third game, so all 3 games campaigns. And we have a few mods, and we're going to be checking out the campaign of the first game, at least the original side. So let's go to it. As you've seen, I've played a little bit before. We're going to do a new campaign. So, of course, here is the campaigns. First and foremost, this is the prologue of these two right here are the original campaigns of sorts for the third game. So you have the Lost God, which we won't be doing, which is kind of like the tutorial / prologue. And then the Realms of Chaos is kind of like the rest of the factions that for this game. However, Immortal Empires DLC gives access to the first and second game. We will be doing Immortal Empires.
As I hold Gal Maraz, I am ready.
Alright, so there is a variety of races, as you can clearly see. Let's see here. The people that originally in the third game are this is not the proper faction list, I don't think. No, it is. I lied. Oh no, that is under here. So, I did not mean to click out. Bad. Immortal Empires.
Blessings, yes.
So, Tzich, Slaanesh, Ogre Kingdoms, Nurgle. Let's see here. Kislev. Not the Warriors of Chaos. Khorne. The Grand Cathay, and I think that's it. Only a few factions. There is a huge amount of factions by bringing in the first 2 games. Of course, we will be playing the Empire. So first and foremost, this is a recommended for first campaigns and beginners because it has the most balanced and broad of units, while also having some very powerful, overpowered units. So let's look at what this means.
Bring me to my men.
No. Wait, is it under lore? Let's do it. The Empire. Lying at the heart of the old world, the Empire is the greatest and most powerful of all kingdoms forged by men, humans. But it is a realm in constant turmoil, both from enemies without and strife from within, as rival elector counts vie for the throne. Whether fighting between themselves or the many exterior invaders, the greatest nation of men can muster a formidable army of disciplined warriors, magic, steam-powered wonders, and menageries of fantastical beasts. Now, the twin-tailed comet blazes across the sky once again, and a new emperor has been crowned. Surely an omen that the time has come to unite the empire, secure its borders, and bring prosperity to its beleaguered citizens. So for the empire, these are our kind of government system. Imperial authority. Develop authority within the empire by engaging in internal politics and quelling problems to enforce confederation, vassalage, or war. Summon the elector counts. Secure the fealty of empire lords to govern or take over by force, assigning new, more loyal elector counts. Well-rounded unit roster with a wide range of magical lore and war machines. So the Empire is more well-rounded. However, the thing about well-rounded units is they're not super powerful. At least some aren't. Like, for example, I believe the infantry in the Empire is not the most sophisticated and great, but they can hold out against most opponents. So there's a variety of lords we have. We have Emperor Karl Franz of Reichland. We have the Balthasar Gelt of the Golden Order. We have Marcus Wolfhart of the Hunt Marshal's Expedition. And of course we have Volkmar the Grim of the Cult of Sigmar. We will be playing Emperor Karl Franz. Karl Franz retains his high seat in Altdorf at the heart of the Empire as new threats new and old close in on all sides. So just to give a little backstory of what this world is, or sort of the nations, you can say. So the Empire is Germany, if that makes sense, if we compare our world to theirs. The Empire is that of the Holy Roman Empire of Germany. Where are they? The Kislev is basically the Russians / the Poles. Norska is like the Vikings, but more evil, I guess you could say. Ogre kingdoms don't fit in. Tomb Kings, basically Egypt. The Vampire Coast, pirates. High Elves, I don't really know how to classify them. The Grand Cathay, China, or Asia, I should say. Bretonia is kind of like France and Spain. At least the human nations, there's a type of like style to them. But we'll be playing the Empire because I have a mod that gives us very powerful stuff. So let me go and read this list off to you of what mods we are using in our campaign. So first and foremost, we're using the TW Millennium Modern Warfare mod. I'll show you what that means later. We have the 3 skill points per level, which that's for heroes and generals. 1 turn technologies. We have plus 25% more movement range for generals and agents and heroes. Infantry speed is plus 50% faster. AI agents are passive, which means they don't do anything. I'll show later what you can do with agents, if I remember. Instant level to 39 for agents and generals. Instant veteran units, so basically you max out the levels on all your troops. 400% more ammunition for ranged and artillery units. Basically, units will never run out of ammo. 25% increased range for ranged and artillery units. Regional growth, 1 turn. No difficulty public order penalty, basically no rebellions. 100% more research points. Uber agents, 100% success chance. Basically, whenever I send a agent of mine to go do a mission, it has an immediate 100% success rate. And of course, last but not least, unbreakable units. Basically, my units will never falter, never flee. They will die on the ground that they stand before giving up. So let's read the war about Emperor Karl Franz. The Emperor is Karl Franz, Prince of Altdorf and Elector Count of Reichland. Karl Franz is said to be the greatest statesman of the old world has ever seen. He is also a military genius and a valiant general. The Emperor frequently takes personal command of his soldiers, wielding Maraz, the fabled hammer of Sigmar, like the warrior god of old, smiting enemies of the Empire with every blow. Karl Franz often rides to battle on the back of Deathclaw, reputed to be the mightiest imperial griffin that has ever lived. A powerful bond exists between the beast and its master, one forged in countless battles and many adventures. During the Battle of the Blood Keep, Deathclaw stood over the prone form of a wounded emperor for 3 hours, slaying anyone who came near until the Reichsguard could hack a path to their fallen lord. This is going to be a lot of fun. Start the campaign. I am very excited for this game. I've always been a huge fan of the Total War series, though we haven't posted on this channel. Just been playing it, a lot of it in my off time. Let's read this. From the icy Sea of Claws in the north to the soaring Black Mountains in the south, the individuality of the Empire's provinces is much defined by its landscape. Its vast forests provide food production, while wide rivers and traversable valleys facilitate among its crags. Pearl awaits within and without, but the nations of men have thus proved far. So we'll be facing a variety of enemies, but let's jump into it.
Now is the time, men of the Empire, to unite!
We've already read this. That's how to play. So currently, this is the map. This is, let's zoom out all the way. This is the current world. You can go basically everywhere. Not everywhere, but a lot of this you can go to physically as your troops. This is the entire world of Warhammer Total War. In the first game, you really only had this area that you're currently looking at. Sorry, up here as well. Up here are the Chaos Wastes, where you start as the Chaos factions. Up here is like Norska. I forget where Bretonia is. Are you guys? I don't know. Bretonia is more over here. 1 second, I need to cough. Sorry, I will be coughing regularly. I think I am coming down with something. Orcs are down here and along the mountains. Up here to the north is the not you. Up here to the north is Kislev and all the northern Russian factions, so to speak. Over here, however, is the island of the elves. This basically here and up here, and these islands along down here, and parts of these islands here and down here are a part of the second game of sorts. Or, well, not of sorts. It's part of the second game where it offered the new factions of the High Elves, the Wood Elves, and all, or not the Wood Elves, but the Elves in general, and a few other factions like the Tomb Kings, so Egypt. But this third and final game offers more of a northern section to the game, more fleshing out Chaos and the northern Kislev faction. But we will be playing in the nice, wonderful Greenlands of Altdorf and the Empire. Unfortunately, Emperor Franz is currently facing an armed rebellion against the Imperial Successionists, which is this faction right here. This will be our first battle.
No.
Doesn't have a very large army. And we,
Prince and Emperor.
to be fair though, we don't either. But we have a legendary lord. We have great swords. Basically, they're, well, let me click on them. They're armored infantry, so they can block a certain amount of armor. They have armor piercing because they have great weapons, so they can punch through armored. So if you have armored, this helps deal damage. And these are anti-infantry, so standard infantry, these are really good against. Of course, we have halberdiers. These are armor piercing. These are anti-large, so you get a attack and defense bonus against monster units. And of course, they get a buff against charge. Basically, you get a bonus to charge defense against large foes. Then, of course, we have your standard infantry, swordsmen, which they have shields, so that means they can block ranged attacks. We have handgunners, which are armor-piercing missile infantry. The thing about this is another thing I should mention that are really the Empire has some of the best range units in the game, at least in terms of damage and armor piercing, not in range. The elves have the best in range, obviously. That makes sense. The technology the Empire has is, well, normally it's very medieval, you know, swords and shields and all that. There's also black powder weapons, muskets, rifles, cannons. However, one of the more powerful units is a steam tank, at least normal game. We have a few powerful buildings that will give us even greater units. But for right now, we have 2 handgunners, which are muskets. We have the Reichsguard, which are elite shock cavalry. These are armored and shielded, and they are anti-infantry. And then we have mortars. These are anti-infantry artillery. Mortars are very powerful, and they're very long-ranged. Well, I don't say super long-range, but they are still powerful. But let us take our army and engage this first battle. And we're going to fight it. I mean, normally a lot of these battles, which you'll probably see later, though I think I will actually fight each individual battle. Unless I don't think I can win it, then I will just, if it gives me the green, I'm going to win, then I'm just going to auto-resolve it. But we're going to fight this battle. First one to show off in the first video. Drink some water. Darn Successionists. You can't be leaving the Empire. Not allowed. Alright. It seems they have their enemy lord without shields and a single unit of crossbowmen. Alright, let's... Here's the standard battle. Here's our regiments, as you can clearly see, as I told you before. Let's set this battle. So, we have Emperor Aldorf. Probably put you guys on the flanks. Alright. Make you group 2. Alright. Boom. You guys will be on the left flank? No, right flank. Right flank. And our great swords will be on the left flank. Then, of course, we have our handgunners, which we're going to move to the top of this hill and fire down on the enemy. So we're going to put you in battle group 3. Move here. Reichsguard will be group 4, which we are going to push up with our with our handgunners. Stop it. And of course, our mortars will sit here on the hill, raining hell, death, and destruction upon the enemy. So let's look at all our units. Let's look at our Emperor Franz. He looks pretty dope. Look at him, all nice in his getup. Look at him. He's got a nice frill. I love those feathers. Look at his hammer, magic item. Yeah, hurrah! Anyway, here is our swordsman with their shields. Regiment of swordsmen. Here's our great swords. And it's a big sword. I do like the unit, like, they're different. Like, this one has kind of like a flat hat, while this guy has like a helmet. This guy has a feather in his helmet. This guy back here has feathers and more feathers. I don't know, I just like the unit diversity. Also, if you can kind of tell, if you look at it, some of the weapons, some of the great swords are different. I do like that. Like, do any of their swords different? No, I think their swords are going to be all the same. But you can see some of the shields are different. Let's look at our halberdiers. These guys don't have any shield, but they have different. Anyway, let's look at our mortars. Look at those big, chunky black powder weapons. And let's go look at our handgunners. Muskets. Those look like Spanish muskets from our world, though those definitely look like flintlocks. I could be wrong. It's just different design. Anyway, there's our handgunners, and of course, our Reichsguard. Armed with lances. You're not lances. Are you lances? I guess they must be a lance unit off the start. But armored cavalry. Very powerful. Alright, let's get started. We're going to pause, and we're going to push our group forward. I don't know all the buttons, and I would like to mention for anyone watching, I am by no means any good at this game. I will lose. Absolutely. I'm terrible at this. Alright, let's push our 2 infantry up. We're going to let them crash into us. We are going to let them absolute dictate the balance of this fight, but... Hey, maybe we'll move this a little left so we can get our units in here. Swordsman. Okay. Halberdiers. There we go. And of course, great swords. We're going to push in on our left flank. Push them in a little bit at an angle. There we go. Handgunners, push up to the hill and start raining death and destruction upon the enemy. Reichsguard, push forth. You're going to be our blocking force for the our gunners. Artillery, hit those archers. I don't want them shooting me. Fire! Come on, mortars.
You may use the hills, valleys, and stranger formations of this place to your advantage.
Oop, there they go.
The terrain can conceal your forces.
Incoming! Boom! So what's our ability here? Let's read it. The Reichland Rufang. It gives melee attack plus 24%, so it's in an AoE for our soldiers, and 8 leadership. The Reichland Rufang is a symbol of the electric count of this province. It is currently owned by the... Alright. That's cool. That's a cool ability. Alright, let's keep going. You know what? We're gonna have you flank. You know what? Screw it. Let's send our guys in. Go after their electric count. Swordsmen, engage. Halberdiers, engage. Swordsmen and great swords, just chew up that spear infantry. Fire on these spearmen. Let's watch these guys open fire. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Ooh, shoot. Run! Don't let them get engaged you. Rush into those archers. Cavalry, engage! Well, this is gonna be dirty. Woo! That's a lot of dead people. Oh, shoot. Well, I'm gonna tell my artillery to fire on these guys. Spearmen, we're gonna charge into the back of this line. This is what cavalry's good at, just screwing up infantry. Charging into the rear, dropping the morale bar, which is... So just to explain, you'll see the health bar, green is our units, red is the enemies. That is their health bar. The health bar of sorts, so basically there's kind of 2 health bars in a sense. As you can see on the left, let's see if we can pull this apart. Let's choose the enemy. They basically, since this is a small entity, this is not a huge swarm regiment. They start off with 120. They're currently down to 80. They've killed 2, and their XP is kind of low because the unit's rank. However, each individual soldier has health, which builds up the max HP pool. So this sword infantry has 8,280 health. However, when a unit dies, it will drop the health bar. I mean, obviously, but I hope that makes sense. However, the morale bar... What is abilities? Hide. Unbreakable. Okay. However, this little bar underneath is called morale. If it breaks fully, as you see, these guys are... Their flag is kind of gray compared to their counterparts that have a full bar. If that bar goes out, they will break and run away. However, once they're out of combat, that bar can come back and they can recharge in. Flanking an enemy drops this bar incredibly fast. Fighting several enemy regiments at once drops that bar really bad. Getting shot and many of your guys dying at once or facing large creatures causes a feared bonus. There's a lot of minutia to this game, but this is about to be ugly, as a lot of them just died. As you can clearly see, this enemy spearman is retreating. We're gonna have our... Oh, and we won. The enemy lord is retreated in the battle. No mere victory. Fates were rewritten, destinies ended, and the inevitable changed. All because of you. Decisive victory. So, in this battle, we deployed 765, and we lost 9 soldiers. So, honestly, I would just like to put this out here. I will be keeping a record at the start of this campaign to the end of the campaign on soldiers won and lost. 249. Alright. So, let me make this document real quick. Empire Total War Casualties. Empire, if I can spell. So far, we've lost 9 enemies, and this will be every enemy. So every time we have a battle, we will chalk up the losses, and we will see how many have died at the end of the campaign. By the way, for those watching, I would like, if you can, to comment in the video, like a guess, how many enemy dead will die in the attempt to take down our empire. Hopefully a lot, because, well, hopefully not a lot, but in the end, if you wish to be bad and attack the empire, we will destroy you. So anyway, here is our ending screen of sorts. So we'll get prestige, which is very important. This, as it says, prestige is measured on how influential your faction leader is within the political landscape of the empire. Various events may occur, at which point you can spend prestige as political influence to convince others within your empire to follow your will. We, of course, get money. This goes to our treasury. And, of course, we get experience for Emperor Franz. So now we have 3 options, because we've captured 50 of the enemy. We can execute the captives, leave no captives alive. The foe and their allies will not look upon you kindly, but their enemies will respect your decision. These men are feeling confident after cleaning up stragglers from the recent battle. We can kill them, and we, our soldiers here, will gain experience. However, I have no interest in keeping these soldiers, so we will probably not be doing that. Take on captives. Force these troops to change allegiance and allow them to serve in your army. Yeah, like, how that works, I have no idea, but, like, you know, I just you've decided to fight against the empire, but just because we kicked your ass in battle, you're all of a sudden gonna be like, I'll fight for you, and you won't turn traitor on us? But this is the normal army replenishment. So the first one's experience. This next one is army replenishment. However, we really don't need to do this because I have taken, like, no losses, and I will regain those the moment I go into a city to replenish them. So this is very... Later, like, if the only reason we would do this is if we fought a battle and I kill their army, but mine gets chopped up. You know, I basically, this army looks like theirs, but theirs is dead. I would do that then to help increase numbers, so I don't have to spend an extra turn or 2 replenishing my reserves. But what we will do is pardon the captives. Allow these warriors to return to their homelands for ransom. Despite dipping into their treasury, the enemy will appreciate such a deed. We don't really get very much money, but in honesty, I'm gonna need money. Killed the enemy in battle? Shouldn't have fought the empire.
Bring me to my men.
So what is going to be our first... Well, probably we should take Grunburg. Probably do that. First and foremost, we're going to spend what money we have. So, let's see here. Altdorf, it is currently Hamlet. The capital of the... Oh, wait, this is all the same thing. The current capital of the empire and seat of the Reichland emperors, Adolf is a large cosmopolitan city port full of wonders and danger. We currently have an imperial wharf. Wharfs are platforms jutting out of the water, allowing ships to be boarded easily. And we have a training field. It is on the training field that soldiers first learn the most important of attributes, that of discipline. This unlocks certain soldiers that we can recruit, which are spearmen, and swordsmen. Of course, as you upgrade these buildings, so here's another thing too, which is why we'll be upgrading the hamlet to a village, spending our money. Basically, you need to upgrade your town hall of sorts. That's what I call it, this town hall building. You need to upgrade it to gain more different levels. So basically, for the Imperial Wharf, I will upgrade it to an Imperial Harbor, but this needs to be level 3 before I even can buy the upgrade. However, at level 2, the training field will turn into the rally field, which I will then get spearmen with shields, because I can only get spearmen. We'll get halberdiers, and we'll get crossbowmen. And of course, there are a variety of other buildings that we can get with the passage of time. I think we can beat, well, let's recruit some units. I think we should recruit some units. Let's get more swordsmen. We're going to wait a turn before attacking Grunburg. So we'll get these these 2 new regiments of swordsmen, and then we will attack Grunburg. Of course, we have some research, and I'm going to immediately right off the bat, which is going to be the trade and industry. So I can immediately get more money, because the more money I can pull out of this game, the faster I can have the powerful units that I wish. So first and foremost, we are going to, well, maybe we'll do this. The assembly line, the assembly line. This progressive assembly enables swifter production of all manners of industrial goods. This grants me income of industry plus 10%. Helpful. Means more money can be made faster. And the faster I do my economic trees of technology, the faster more money I'll make over time. And from what I did through my single player playthrough, well, this is single player, but like my personal playthrough, every last coin counts, because I start running out of money super quickly. We're going to end our turn, as there's nothing else we can really do. Of course, starting off the game, there's 276 factions. However, as you clearly just seen, one just died. Several just died, because it just went from 76 to 73 of 200.
I await to advise.
Here is the political thing, pop-ups that'll happen consistently every other turn or so. Dangerous liaisons. Theodoric Geyser. A lesser nobleman with the close association of House Ostmark has been imprisoned by the order of Theodoric Geyser, the Elector Count of Norland. He is accused of having a forbidden affair with one of the family members. Norland bays for the nobleman's blood, sentencing him to death. You may have political power to lobby for the prisoner's release, should you choose to do so. So, of course, I can gain fealty. Normally for these options, fealty will go up for one and the other go down. I am going to currently just... I'm going to lobby for the pardon, because this will drop to 4, this will rise to 5. It's really just staying the same. I don't really care in these. Assembly line. Oh, we got an Imperial Wizard. College's endorsement. The College of Magic rarely agree, but on this occasion you are aligned and will support you. A battle wizard is sent to accompany your forces. Well, that's cool. We have a magic caster. Let's send you scouting.
Summon arcane artifacts.
Oh yeah. So here is our agent of sorts. This agent will be very helpful in battles, and he can cast magic, but also what he can do is a variety of things. For example, he can steal technology, which I won't do because I have my own technology. I don't care. You can wound an enemy agent. You can assault units, so basically I can send my agent forward and attack an enemy army, damaging them before we even get to battle, which means I already have an advantage. And each individual hero or agent has their own different things. For example, I think the Imperial captains can assault a garrison, taking the garrison's troops down while then I engage. But we're going to have Franz engage Grunburg and show you his settlement battle. Scout the terrain. What does it look like? Oh, it's just going to be a straight up battle. Okay. I thought it was going to be a settlement battle. We're going to fight this battle out now. Have a second battle. And then we'll probably end it here. Well, end it after the battle anyway. But we'll show you a couple magic and all that stuff. So we have 2 new regiments. Take up a regiment slot, which this army can only have 20, and we're currently sitting on 11, maybe 12. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, 12. We're going to channel magic. Basically, since now we have a wizard, someone who can cast magic, we'll need to channel magic. What this does is you'll basically the standard winds of magic you'll start off with 9. You can channel magic to possibly get more. It's kind of like a roll of the dice. You can gamble. If you succeed, you'll get either a slight bit more or a large amount more, or the opposite can happen and you can lose some. It is a gamble, but we're going to channel our magic. Ooh, we went down. See my point? We went down by 3. Well, that sucks. Start deployment. Push our set our units. What is since he's level 1 and he's a celestial wizard, we only have 1 spell, which is Harmonic Convergence. It gives melee defense plus 24 and melee attack, so we can buff at least 1 of our troops. Divining Auspicious Signs. The caster guides the minds of targets, augmenting them with the foresight needed for victory. Well, that's cool. Put our heroes on the front, and we will have them both charge down the enemy hero, a swordsman, Quait? I don't know how to say that. Sounds French. And we will push into the enemy.
Our weapons are yours.
Yes, they are.
The Empire endures.
Always does. Let's have our infantry sit behind our heroes. Of course, have our halberdiers on the side. And our... I don't know who Ulrich is, but sounds funny. Have our greatswords on the left, our halberdiers on the right. Handgunners will remain behind for range, and we're going to let them charge us.
We are ready.
Do we want to advance? Could advance. Actually, I think we might advance a little bit. To give our handgunners some time to not shoot our guys in the back. Of course, Reichsguard will be on the right flank. And artillery will sit at the rear. We'll have the artillery target the archers. Let's start the battle. Oh, I haven't given you a battle group. Slow. Artillery, target the archers. Oh, shoot. I haven't even looked at our new hero. Pause. Here's our battle wizard. Seems to be equipped with a sword and his wonderful staff. He's a very interesting character. Look at the little baubles on his head. That's cool, though. Well, here's our new hero. Let's get to it. Slow-mo. We'll move our troops down the hill.
Blows strongly in this place, Commander. Harness its power and channel it against your enemy.
And there we go. And there you go. Send our cavalry around, and we'll hit them in the rear. Incoming. Ooh, that's direct hits. A lot of HP went down. Lost 5 of their guys. A bunch were injured. Alright. Oh shoot, I completely forgot. Range. Push up behind our infantry and open up. Incoming!
Halberdiers.
Put you on defensive, since they're coming in. And here we go. Cavalry, engage. Get their archers.
State troops ready for the Warhammer.
Let's reform. Push in. Give you guys some buffs using our convergence, and of course, man, you look effed up, guy. Reikland's Refang. And we'll chew up their archers. Alright, push in. We're in a melee, guys. Let's get it. Let's get some.
Understood. For the Emperor! Sigma! Reichsguard Knights!
Alright, we're gonna have our guys hold fire. Halt. No firing at will, you're gonna hold. Our heroes will charge into the back. Get these guys. Break this army.
For Heldenhammer! Karl Franz! And gunners!
Open fire.
Stood! Swordsmen!
And this army breaks.
Taking aim!
And the battle is over. Grunburg is ours. In the battle. Huh. Well, it seems to be that our superior tactics, or the pure lack of enemies. Of course, we had nearly 200, a near almost 200 troop advantage. But it seems the Emperor's casualties has gone from 9 to, let's do some math. I need to do math. Let's use a calculator, I'm too lazy. 249 plus... Oh, they lost their entire army of 810. Oh my. Plus 810. Now 1,059 casualties of enemy forces. 1,059. My goodness. Alright, we have ended the battle with some gains. We've also captured 165 enemy troops. We're going to occupy the settlement. Ooh, we've got a follower, camp follower. Army travels. No army travels alone. Who else would cook, stew, or loot the freshly slain? Ruined recovery time. Hell yeah. A student. From history to anatomy to science to nothing more than the bottom of a bottle. That's not really gonna be helpful. Oh, hedge wizard. Instinct, luck, or no magical training whatsoever. What could go wrong? What's it magic? Ooh, well, that'll be helpful.
Bring me to my men.
You almost had a guy. So you got the hedge wizard. All right, cool. Oh, Franz leveled up. He's now rank 2. So what we're gonna do is we are going to do our campaign lord skills. Of course, do I want to do this? No. We'll do Route Marcher. This line down here basically gives buffs to our lord in terms of like the campaign map. This one gives bonuses to individual regiments. This one is individual bonuses to the hero, and this one up here is a line for legendary lords. And then up here you have mounts. You have legendary lord abilities. Some of them are unique. Others are just ones that all generals see. But we're going to be doing our campaign stuff because this gives us boosts right off the bat in terms of campaign, which will be very important. So first and foremost, we're going to spend our 3 skill points rather than just the 1 that we'd normally get off the bat. Route Marcher. Those who know the land and its secrets will travel faster and further than foes who don't. Campaign movement plus 5%. Then we will be doing Leaders of Renown. The reason why we're doing this is because when I recruit units later, I wish them to cost less. So, revered by the masses, such a celebrated leader will inspire many new recruits. 1, 2. Hell yeah. Cheap units. Grunburg is now a part of the Reichland, and this now will give us boosts. Oh, we already have the unique building for this town since they have a resource. This is a resource building. So first and foremost, we have the Hamlet. The empire is riddled with homesteads, farms, and tiny groups of sullen houses filled with sullen folk. Generates money, supplies, etc., etc., which we will upgrade to a village. Villages dot the empire, usually comprising of a market plaza, a tavern, and a stockade if the denizens are lucky. Of course, grazing pastures generate income since it is a resource. There are farms that are little more than tiny, muddy fields on which graze scrawny goats or cattle with shivering udders. Huh. Interesting. I would like to recruit a legendary lord. Hello. Probably recruit you now that I think about it. Recruit. He's immediately level 42. Very well. And we will recruit a hero. Oh, General the Empire. Oh, okay, never mind. Same shit. Alright, we're gonna send you back to Aldorf, where you will, Ooh, an enemy army has spawned. We will need to go crush that immediately.
I am Prince and Emperor.
What is Ubek's garrison? Not that great, but we will need help. Well, now that we have 2 armies and 1 new general, which is a part, as you clearly see, looks like something out of World War I of the Kaiser. The German Kaiser, anyway. This is General Field Marshal Wilhelm von Zollern. Zollern? I don't know how to say that properly. But we will look at his abilities in the next video. I hope you've all thoroughly enjoyed this as much as I have. I am very much looking forward to this series, as this is one of my most favorite games of all time in terms of Total War. If you have enjoyed, please do like, comment, and subscribe. And also, don't forget to comment down in the comments on the casualty list you'll think that will be at the end of this series. I hope you have a great day. Bye.